Hi guys, happy Sunday. I don't normally do trainings on a Sunday, but I just got back from a mini vacation from the Outer Banks and I'm on fire. And I was also just talking to one of my recent new teamies about how she can grow her business. And I even took it as far as going back to my personal commission checks, screenshotting and sending them to her and explaining how I made these paychecks, right? Because a lot of us join to make money, whether that's $50 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever that looks like. Most of us joined so we could make some type of extra cash, right? If you're not here to make money, then this is not for you, okay? So I am taking it back to my very first month with Cincy, and I broke it down into all of the tasks and activities that I was doing when I first joined in October of 2017, okay? So I'm actually I did insert the income disclosure because we are talking about income today. I even went back to my personal commissions checks, which I'm going to pull up real quick. I started to write an entire post, and it literally was getting like this long, and I was like, you know what? This is how long it was getting. And I was like, you know what? I am not a post reader. If you post something that's this long, I'm not going to read it. Most likely not going to read it. I'm just not a reader like that. Some people are, I'm not. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go live and share a breakdown instead of typing it all out. So let me pull up my commissions history real quick. And then I'm going to break it down on how I made this money, okay? Now, first thing I'm going to say is, was it easy? No. Was I uncomfortable? Absolutely, absolutely. When I first joined Cincy, I had never been live in my life. I had never gone live on social media. The most I had ever shared on social media were pictures that I had taken, and that was literally about it, okay? I never shared products that I loved. I never shared anything other than my family and friends, really, okay? So let me go back. Hopefully it'll load on my computer. It was working right good on my phone. And if you guys have questions, please drop them in the comment section. But, you know, Facebook, for whatever reason, every time I go live, it takes forever for me to start seeing comments from people on my live video. So this was my very first paycheck for October of 2017, $714.40, okay? I still remember that exact moment of receiving the email saying, congrats, you got your first paycheck, or whatever it says, or you've received a payment from Cincy is what it said. I was camping with my husband. I'm sorry, not camping. I was hunting with my husband. We were in a ground blind, and I was bored out of my mind. And I happened to open up my email. I'm the worst at checking emails. I didn't even know that I would receive an email from Cincy saying, you know, you got paid. And when I opened it, I was like, what is this? When I opened it and it said $700, I was literally like, and because I can't talk, I remember turning to my husband and I was like, oh my God, what the F? And I showed it to him and he was like, good job. And he high-fived me, right? And then when we got done hunting, I was like, I literally cannot believe I just made $700 because my goal when I joined Cincy was my goal. I didn't even really have a goal. I was hoping to make $200 to pay my car payment, okay? I had just bought a brand new car, so all of my fun money that I was making as a nurse, my fun money that I had before was now going towards a car payment, okay? So I was just hoping to make an extra $200 that could pay my car payment so then I could still have fun money to go shopping, to go out to eat, to go to the movies, to go literally do whatever I wanted, okay? Your girl doesn't do good when I don't have money to spend on things that I want, okay? So there's that. I love to shop. So my very first month, to make this $714, I'm going to break down exactly what I did. This was solely on my launch party, from my launch party. And I know some people are going to be like, wow, that's like a huge launch party. And it is, but I want to break it down even further. I had an in-home launch party, okay? Katie Lassiter, in case you guys don't know, she is our upline SSD. Well, depending on where you are in the lineage, doesn't matter. We are all a family, okay? But some of you have me as your superstar director, and some of you have Katie as your superstar director. If I am your superstar director, then Katie is our upline superstar director, okay? So Katie is my sponsor. And she came to my house because we live 20 minutes away. She came to my house and did an in-home launch party, okay? And she brought like all of her warmers because I didn't have anything except for what came in my kit, and I had a couple wax bars. The only thing I had ever purchased from Scentsy was wax, okay? For my phone. The only product I had ever purchased was wax. I was that customer who did not purchase a warmer because I thought that I could get the same quality warmer from Walmart or Target, okay? Your girl's a Target fan. Especially back then, I spent, oh my gosh, I spent so much time at Target. It's ridiculous. So when I saw the prices of the Scentsy warmers versus the prices of the Target warmers, I was like, nah, I'll stick with my Target warmer and I'll just use my Scentsy wax, right? There is a huge difference in case you're that person that I was 5 years ago, okay? Almost 6 years ago. So I finally got my first warmer in my kit, and the warmer was hideous. Well, I wouldn't say it was hideous. It just wasn't the vibe that I wanted. The alabaster warmer, that's the one I got in my kit. So Katie brought all of her warmers, all of her stuff to my launch party. I had 2 people show up to my launch party. 2 of my best friends, okay? My very best friends, okay? So, of course, they felt obligated to come to my launch party, okay? So, yes, they placed great orders, but nothing like significant, right? And, but I didn't stop my launch party from there. I had an online party as well. I private messaged so many people, people that I went to high school with, people that I used to work with at previous jobs. I messaged like my mom's friends, my sister's friends, my brother's friends. I had both my parents actually tell everybody at their jobs that I was now a Scentsy consultant. I gave them catalogs. I literally told everybody that I was a Scentsy consultant. Okay? Was that scary? Absolutely. Was that out of my comfort zone? Abso-freaking-lutely. I will never forget, I was wearing pink scrubs one day coming home from work, and my Scentsy box had arrived, right? I'm that person, I don't track. When I sign up for something or order something, I'm not a tracker, okay? Unless I need it in a timely manner, like I need this outfit by tonight for an event that starts tomorrow morning, I'm not tracking my packages. That's just how I am. So I had no idea when my join kit was going to arrive. Honestly, I didn't even know what came in my join kit. I had no idea that we were in the middle of an incentive period at the time. Your girl barely went through the first things first checklist. You know what I did? I went through, Katie told me to go through it. You know what I did? I just clicked them. I opened them. I briefly read it. Never watched the videos. Terrible on my part. I just clicked the little boxes because Katie told me that I had to click it in order to earn Sensational Star, okay? I knew that I had to reach Shooting Star, so that's what I was aiming for to begin with. So, okay, back to my story. I was wearing pink scrubs one day. I got home. My join kit was on my porch, and I texted Katie and I said, oh my God, my join kit's here. She told me, okay, that's great. Go live on Facebook. And I literally was like, what? Absolutely not. I'm not going live. She was like, yes, please go live. It'll change your business. And I said, okay. And I remember I had this like pit in my stomach that I just felt like, what the hell did I just get myself into? What live a day in my life? I'm terrified of public speaking. And Katie just told me to open my box with no type of even like guide or outline on what to say. I stumble over my words when I'm talking to people in person. When I get nervous, I break out in hives from literally like here down, all the way down my neck. And I literally cannot hide when I am nervous. Cannot hide it at all, okay? My ears get bright red, they burn. I stutter, my voice starts to shake. It's a whole thing, okay? And I'm sure I'm not the only one that experiences that. I still experience that to this day sometimes, okay? So, I went live like an hour or two after she texted me and told me to go live. And the only reason I actually went live was because I was playing around with my Facebook app on my phone, and I didn't even know how to go live. I saw the live button. I had to Google how to find the live button, right? And I found it. Well, you know where the screen, and it's a little bit different 6 years ago. The screen is a little bit different, but you can see yourself on the screen. Okay, so I was practicing. Well, I accidentally hit the live button. Okay, the red live button. I accidentally hit it. And so I was like, okay, well, here I go, because your girl doesn't even know how to turn this thing off. So I ended up going live. It was a terrible live. I had no type of outline. All I did was literally share what was in the box. And I remember one thing in particular was, so I joined in the fall. So one of the scents was snowberry. And I smelled it. And I literally said, oh, this smells good. It smells like snow and berries mixed. Okay, and people were commenting like, what does snow smell like? And I'm like, I don't even fucking know what snow smells like. Like, this is terrible. I just failed. This is not gonna be good, okay? But listen, going live is scary, but let me tell you, Katie Lassiter was absolutely right that it will transform your business, and not only your business, but it's going to transform you as a person. It is going to increase your confidence, because even if you suck at your first live, you just did something uncomfortable and you just broke out of that comfort bubble that you've created, okay? Whether you did fantastic, whether you stumbled over your words, whether you broke out in hives like I did, you still did something that's uncomfortable, and a lot of people aren't willing to do because they don't want to be uncomfortable, okay? So guess what? You grew from doing that uncomfortable task, okay? You completed it. Even if you sucked at it, you completed it, okay? And so after that, I was like, wow, I didn't die. That wasn't too bad. Like, I can practice, right? I can practice and do, yeah, the snow story doesn't get old. I was like, I can practice and do this. Like, I'll get better at this, okay? Speaking of lives, let me just tell you, this was probably maybe like 6 months into me being a consultant. I don't know if I've ever shared this one with you guys, okay? I was in this very room. I was watching my dad's dog. My parents went went on vacation. So I had my dad's dog, plus I have 3 dogs, okay? So I have 4 dogs in this room, and this room is not very big. My office used to be over in this corner over here, and I was unboxing a warmer. I was unboxing the Vino warmer, if you guys remember that one. And as I'm unboxing it, I have a full-on dog fight behind me in this room. It scared the shit out of me, so you guys should have seen my face and my reaction. I'm breaking up a dog fight on live video, okay? It was a whole thing. The next morning when I went into work, my best friend, like my coworker that was my best friend, she was dying laughing. She was like, that is the greatest live video I've ever seen of my life. And we replayed it and we literally died laughing. And in the moment I was like, what just happened? Like, I just looked like the dumbest and worst dog parent of all time. But it lives. I live to tell the story, and we still die laughing to this day, okay? So if something crazy happens on your live video, please don't delete it. It's funny, and it's real, and it's authentic, and people love messy. People don't want to see perfect. People don't want to see that you've rehearsed 25 million times and you just had a great live. Like, yes, that's great if you're doing great, but at the same time, people relate to messy and real and raw and authentic, okay? So don't wait to go live to share specials or to share your life when you have a full face of makeup or when you're feeling your best, okay? Like, do it. Just do it. And the confidence, that's my favorite part about this business, is the confidence that I have gained in myself. I have become a whole new person than I was 6 years ago. And it's truly a huge portion of it is because of this business, because it pushed me out of my comfort zone, because Katie pushed me out of my comfort zone. And she helped me realize that I could do hard things that I've always told myself I could never do. okay? So push yourself out of your comfort zone. And if you have a sponsor, or whether they're your sponsor or not, but you have people in this group cheering you on, okay? Whether they don't have to be your sponsor. All of us are cheering you on. But at the end of the day, you have to be the one to take that step. Like I could be your sponsor all day long. I could be your cheerleader all day long and tell you to do X, Y, and Z. But if you're not willing to do it and you don't actually step out of that comfort bubble, you're going to remain in that bubble forever until you decide to make that decision and to step out, okay? Even if it's literally this far out, like baby steps, take baby steps. You don't have to take a big jump. Take little steps at a time, okay? So back to the $714, okay? I did an in-home party. Highly, highly, highly recommend an in-home party, even if you have one person show up. Guess what? Our scents, our products, they sell themselves. You do not have to have all the products in the world to have a successful launch party, to have a successful in-home party. Even if you have one person, get those scents under that person's nose, and I can guarantee you they are going to order something. They are going to find a fragrance that they fall in love with. They might hate 50% of them, but they might love 3 or 4 of those wax bars. And then guess what? You can be like, oh yeah, you love these? You can add them to Scentsy Club and get them forever. Forever and ever, amen, okay? Like our fragrances, as soon as you get them under your noses or under someone's noses, they are bound to fall in love with at least something. My mom is the pickiest person when it comes to fragrance, literally the worst, okay? She thinks everything stinks, but you know what? She loves Amazon Rain. She loves aloe water and cucumber. She loves, gosh, what's her one? White tea and cactus, that's like her all-time favorite, and she has it in her Scentsy Club, okay? So, they're bound to love something. Even if you have one person, I guarantee you that one person is going to order. It might not be right then based off of their finances, but they are going to come back and order, okay? So, have a home party. That's number 1. Number 2, have an online party as well, okay? Just because you have a launch party doesn't mean you have to pick one or the other. You can do 2 or 3 different types of parties and still consider it your launch party, okay? I had an online party where I invited everybody and their mama. Whoever wanted, I've made a post on my main Facebook feed. I went live and said, hey, I'm doing Scentsy. I have a group where I'm sharing all about my products. I added those people to the groups. I literally just went on the website. I shared what was on sale. I shared my personal favorite products, my personal favorite fragrances, just based off of what I got in my kit and the wax scents that I had tried before, okay? I literally just shared my favorites. I then continued to go live, and I didn't just go live in my party page. I went live on my regular page, and I showed tutorials, how to change your wax, why to change your wax, how often to change your wax. I showed, back then we didn't have cotton cleanup, so I showed how to use cotton balls to soak up your wax, okay? I showed how to change your bulbs. Oh my gosh, one of my very first live videos, I went on my main page and I had counter clean, and someone, I don't even know who it was, but I saw a video somewhere where they were like, counter clean even gets off Sharpie. Do you know what I did? I literally went live and I wrote on my countertops with a black Sharpie, and I hadn't even tried it before. I was praying that Scentsy Counter Clean would remove it, and guess what? It does. It does. Now, I would not suggest, the only reason I went this far was because I knew that we weren't going to have these countertops forever. I actually hated them, so this was just like my way of writing on them so I could get new countertops faster. But it worked. I literally went live, writing Sharpie on my counters, scrubbed it off with Counter Clean, and it freaking worked, okay? Guess how many Counter Cleans I sold from that live? A ton. I used to go live with Scentsy Fresh and literally just spraying all my stuff down, okay? 6 years ago, I was on Instagram, but we didn't have stories or all of that, or if we did, I didn't know how to use them. So I didn't even start on my stories until probably like at least a year into my Scentsy business, okay? So start with one thing and just be consistent with it, because you know what? You know what happens when you go live for the first time, and this is why the live feature is huge and can grow your business. Because if you've never gone live before and you go live, if you're my friend, okay, when I get on my Facebook app, your live video is the first thing I see. Why? Because Facebook, the algorithm, just pushed you up to everybody because you've never been live. And people are freaking nosy. I'm nosy. All of us are nosy. Like, let's be real. If you're not nosy, you're lying, okay? So I'm going to click on someone who I've never seen them go live and be like, ooh, what is Ashley talking about today? I'm going to look at it. If I see her drawing on her countertop with a Sharpie, spraying some random cleaner that I have no idea about, especially if I'm like a mom or I am married to someone like my husband who is like nasty and grimy. Nasty. He's not nasty, but his job is nasty and grimy, and he's always working on some type of motor or whatever, and so his hands are always grimy, okay? Let's be real. They don't wash them before they touch shit. Pisses me off. So if I see that, I'm going to be like, ooh, what is this magic cleaner? And literally, we call it magic in a bottle, okay? Tutorials are the way to go. You have to show people before and afters, and if you're doing it on video right in front of their eyes, they are more likely to buy it, okay? So, I private messaged people. I think I already said this. I private messaged literally everybody that I ever knew. Even if I hadn't talked to them in a long time, I private messaged them. I said, hey girl, I hope you're doing good. Whatever was going on in their life that I saw through Facebook, might have connected with them through Facebook. I had some type of relationship with them previously is what I'm saying. I never cold messaged, but I did reach out to people that I went to high school with or used to work with or knew through someone, whatever, because I was determined to make this business work. I had just tried another direct sales company literally 2 months prior to joining Cincy, and I didn't put my effort into that one. I ended up not liking the products, and I was like, how am I going to sell something that I don't even like the products? Okay? So that's another thing. You have to solely believe in our products in order for this company to flourish for you, this business to flourish for you, okay? If you don't love our products, it ain't going to go very far. And I'm not saying you have to love all of our products, but you have to love at least some of them because passion shines through, okay? When you're talking about a product, passion shines through. My customers know I love Scentsy Fresh. I love our pods, counter clean, all bathroom cleaner. Holy shit, our bathroom cleaner, best bathroom cleaner ever, okay? The products that I talk about, because I genuinely use them on a daily basis, those are the ones my customers purchase because they end up trusting me, right? And they end up taking my word for it and end up loving it themselves, okay? So, what else did I do? I got uncomfortable online. You know what else I did? I was working full-time in an office setting. So I took a bag party. I literally took what came in my kit, took catalogs, I took testers, I took some counter clean that I had. If I had, I don't think I ever took my warmer. No, I think I took literally those 3 things. I took them to work, and everybody that I met in the hallways, everybody that if I had to go and talk to one of the doctors about a customer, I'd be like, after I talked to them about the customer, the patient, after I talked about the patient, I'd be like, oh, by the way, I have some incredible fragrances in my office. I think that you would really like this one based off of yada, yada, yada. I'm going to bring it to you later so you can smell it, okay? I talked to people, and I built connections, deeper connections with people that I was already talking with on a daily basis. So you have to, in order for you to have a large paycheck, you have to put in the work, okay? This is not going to just come easy. The paychecks aren't just going to roll in. You have to put in the work, and you have to get a little, you have to get a little dirty. So, that's how I got my first paycheck, okay? $714. When I got that, I was like, holy shit, this works. So you know what I did for month 2? Let me tell you my PRV, by the way. Month 1, my PRV, I sold almost $2,400. I sold $2,381 that month, okay? I had zero recruits. And when I found out that you make 30% for a $2,000 paycheck, I was like, okay, well, that's my goal every month after this, because $600 could literally, change our lives. That was life-changing for me back then. And so I was like, when I found out, 30% commission for a $2,000 in sales, I was like, okay, that's my goal now. That's my goal. So for November, my second month in, my paycheck was like $900 and something. Hopefully it goes through. right at $900, okay? And my PRV was 2,800. But I had a new teamie, okay? And she was active. She got active. But, let's see. I made $20, almost $20 off my new consultant, okay? I think that was Chelsea. Oh, yeah, Chelsea. She was one of my really good friends. And you know how she joined? So she ended up purchasing from my launch party. And then after I got my very first paycheck, and you don't have to have a large paycheck to talk about this, but I talked about my paycheck with my friends and my family and my coworkers. And I was like, look, I made this much money and I got this much in free and half off product credits from my party. Okay? I ended up getting a ton of rewards. So I talked about the rewards I was getting, the free products. I talked about the increase in confidence. Not only did I talk about it, but people that had already known me saw the confidence that I was gaining, okay, from me going live, from me just talking about it, from me talking to new people. And then I talked about the money. I talked about the money on live video. Just make sure if you're talking about it on social media, you put the income disclosure. I talked about it in person over texting at my job. And I just basically told them, like, hey, we are even, like, you can even earn trips. I didn't even know you could earn it until, like, later on. I didn't even know that was, like, part of joining. And while $20, $18.26 might not seem like a lot for your first, like, to get paid off your teamie, it adds up. Okay, so the more that you sponsor and the more that you help those people reach their goals and build their own business, you get blessed in the long run too. Okay, so my PRV for November was $2,800. Okay, now for November, I focused heavily on parties, okay, because I knew that I couldn't rely on the people that ordered in October to get me to my goal of 2,000 in November. Because let's be real, at the end of the day, people only need so much Scentsy. So you need to grow your customer base in order to keep reaching your goals every month, okay? For me, I'm not, like, if I'm supporting my friend who sells, I don't know, makeup, I don't need to buy makeup every month. My makeup lasts me like 3 months at least, okay? So I'm not going to keep buying makeup to support my friend. Like, yes, I'm here to support you, but I'm only going to buy so much until I run out, right? That's how it is with Scentsy. So stop relying on your current customer base to get you to your goals. That's why we always preach parties. Now, parties are not the only way to make money, but they are the fastest way to grow your business, okay? Yes, you can get sales through social media, but that takes time. That takes time to build up your following and the people that decide to watch your journey on social media. That takes time. So parties are not the only way to go, but I will guarantee you they are the easiest. And I wouldn't say the easiest, the fastest, should I say. It is the fastest, okay? Okay? Can y'all hear Tuck snoring? I'm tickling my throat. So I focused on parties. So what I did was I broke it down and I was like, okay, the minimum for a qualifying party is 200. So I had a goal of 8 to 10 parties a month. I aimed for the 10 parties a month to reach my 2,000 because I knew that some of my parties would flop, meaning that they wouldn't hit the 200. And so I liked having that extra comfiness cushion, okay? So I focused on that, and I did primarily, I never did online parties. I might have done them like randomly, but most of my parties were bag parties. So I literally had a bag, whatever bag, and I put a random bar of wax that I already had in there. I put a catalog, and I put testers. Those were the main things that and order forms, so people could order. And I literally would message people that I know that worked at an office and be like, hey, do you want to get free and half off products? All you have to do is take my bag. It's just an example. There's nothing in here. Do you want to take my bag to work with you? Let your coworkers smell it. Let your friends and family smell the things in it. They can order and you get free and half off products. And I can't tell you, people were like, yeah, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. I was dropping off bag parties before work, on my lunch break, after work, on the weekends. Like, I literally was in it to win it. I didn't care if I had 10 minutes of free time. In those 10 minutes, I was meeting someone to drop off a bag party, and I was hostess coaching them in the parking lot of either my job or their house or wherever. And if I couldn't hostess coach with them in person, I was hostess coaching them through text or through Facebook Messenger. Be like, hey, this is how you do it. I used to video myself and be like, hey, I'm not going to have time to hostess coach you when I drop this off, or if they would even be there when I dropped it off, but this is how it works. This is what's in your kit. This is what's in your bag party. You have this bar of wax. Feel free to give a cube out to people so they can try it. If you have a warmer already, feel free to use this wax to warm so they can smell it. These are order forms. Tax is 7% here. Make sure that you show them. I would be like, make sure you show everybody the bundle and save in the back. This is where they can save their most money. The minimum is $200. Please feel free to use the counter clean if there was a counter clean in there. Please feel free to use it, to give it a try. Here's my phone number if anybody needs help, anything like that. I was literally just coaching them through it, okay? The day that I'll pick up the party is on this day type of thing. And so my next paycheck was $900, okay? That was month 2. That's almost a $200 increase. That's crazy. I was literally like, what? I'm freaking sold. So then I started focusing on, at this point, I was still in the sensational start period. And so, you know, you can either sell X amount or you can gain a teamie to decrease the amount that you have to sell. So I ended up hitting sensational start level 3, but I got a new teamie. And I remember talking to Chelsea. I was like, she had asked me how much money I made. And I was like, Chelsea, I made $700 in my first month. She was like, what? I was like, I know. That doesn't even include the free and half off products that I got. I was literally just sharing what this business had blessed me with, okay? And so when she decided to join, we didn't have earn a kits back then. She had to join on, unless we had a join special then, I don't remember about that far back. She joined on a regular kit, and I helped her with her launch party. I literally just told her and showed her what I did with mine, and she ended up getting active. She ended up getting certified. I don't remember if it was in her first month or whatnot, but she ended up getting at least active the first month, which made me hit lead consultant in my second month, okay? And that's how I got the frontline bonus. That's how I made an extra $20 that month off of my frontline. So then, make sure I'm not. Yep. What I also did my second month was I dove into trainings, okay? Training is a big thing with this business. You have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to grow. I didn't know anything about bag parties. I remember when Katie was like, focus on bag parties. I was like, I don't know what the heck a bag party is. So I literally went on YouTube and I Googled Cincy bag parties, and a million trainings popped up. And I watched a ton until I was like, okay, I can do this. I have a random bag sitting here already at my house. I'll just throw some stuff in it and drop it off to someone. I didn't have anything fancy. I didn't have laminators back then. You know what I did? I didn't even have labels back then. I did have the labels that came in my kit, but I didn't even have a printer back then. I had to go buy one. But I didn't know how to get my labels printed for them to be cute. So I literally hand wrote my labels for the first 6 months of my business. I hand wrote on my labels for my samples and stuff, okay? All right. And then December, my next paycheck was my very first $1,000 paycheck. And I literally was like, what the heck is happening? How? Okay. $1,000 paycheck. I almost sold $3,000 that month. And I hit Star Consultant, which means I had sponsored someone else. So let's see what my bonus was for being a Star Consultant. $40. Oh, my next best friend joined, Megan. Both of these are no longer, they're still my best friends, but neither one of these are consultants anymore. So I made an extra $40, okay? But what a lot of people don't understand, especially when they're in the beginning, is those people, my frontline, we're sponsoring too, okay? So then your tree or lineage, whatever you want to call it, then it keeps growing, because not only are you sponsoring, the people that you are sponsoring, you're teaching to sponsor, okay? And then it just keeps growing and it keeps growing, and then you keep, like, their paychecks are getting bigger, and then your paychecks are getting bigger, and they're meeting their goals and you're hitting your goals, and it's just like a domino effect, okay? So, month 3, I did the same exact thing. I was just consistent. I literally did the same exact thing. My goal was still 2,000. 8 to 10 parties a month. And guess what I would do? I would literally sit in my car on my 30-minute lunch break, and I would either go get food if I didn't have food, and then I'd sit in my car for the remainder of the time after I ate, which was usually like 15 minutes. Actually, I had an hour lunch break now that I think about it. And I would message as many people as I could until I reached my 10 party goal. Okay, my 10 party goal. And then with their parties, out of those 10 people, I would flip people. Megan, I remember Megan had like an almost $2,000 party. And that's why I was like, Megan, you can literally join and I will flip these orders to you, and you will hit certified and get a 30% paycheck. So she made $600 her first month because her party was crazy, okay? All I did was those same activities over and over and over again each month. So I focused on parties, which gave me PRV. I focused on showing up on social media. Back then was simply lives and posting, okay? And I did not post just in my VIP page. I posted, God, why do I have this tickle in my throat? I posted on my main feed. And let me explain the reason why. Your VIP group normally is private, okay? So when you post in there, only the people that are already your customers in there see your stuff. When you post on your Facebook page, if it's public, but it doesn't even have to be public, you're still reaching all of your current friends on your Facebook page. Not all of your customers are going to be your friends, okay? So you're reaching new people. Someone might be interested, and that's how you get an order. For example, I posted in my VIP page the warmers that are in the clearance section right now. There's like 4 Halloween warmers that are 50% off right now. I posted it on my VIP page and my personal page. I got an order from a random person. I have no idea who they are this morning from the clearance items, okay? So it just goes to show. So focus on those same things. Parties that bring in PRV, getting out of your comfort zone and being consistent on social media. You don't have to do it every day. Just do it a couple times a week, okay? Talk about how this business has blessed your life. That's going to bring in people who are interested in the business opportunity, okay? Talk about it in your parties as well. And then the people that decide to join, and now that we have the host to join, you can literally flip parties easily. People can join for free. You can flip that PRV from their party to them. That helps them reach their goals in their business, and then help train them. You're going to help them with their business, their goals, and in return, it's going to help you with your business and your goals, okay? And then it's a domino effect. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Every month, we start back at 0. Every month, I'm still hustling for parties. I'm still hustling for new connections. I'm still hustling to meet my goals, okay? So that's how I did it. And all of you can do it, but listen, also, at the end of the day, you have to believe that you can do it. And you have to be willing to step out of that comfort zone. So that is all I have to share today. I am about to be hustling in my business today. I have all of the fall stuff coming in, so I'm working on all that to prep. So bye, y'all. I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I hope that this helped.